For us at the National Youth Wing of APC, we believe prosperity is rooted in productive enterprise. As we engage Mr. Bello this morning, let's explore how we can build on these efforts. How do we bring more Nigerians, especially young entrepreneurs, into the global market?
When we talk about non-oil sector export, which non-oil sector holds Nigeria's strongest export potential? Where should young people who want to go into export, where should we be putting our money? Where's the profitability based on the figures that you're saying?
The opportunity is in the non-oil value chains. In all value chains, there is nothing that Nigeria has reached its potential. Okay, but for business is where your passion is that you will excel in, and with the energy, intelligence, and creativity we have, when the youth engage in export, I know the value chains and the outcomes are going to be great. And I think what we're doing here is the right thing to do, to try and encourage the youth to get into that value chain.
In recent times, we've talked a lot about industrialization, and I think it's on everyone's lips. How exactly does NEXIM fit into Nigeria's industrialization journey?
NEXIM is an export credit agency where one of our biggest functions is to do credit guarantees and insurance. If you are going to start a business or you're already in business, start from day one to say, to think that this business, even if you're selling in the domestic market at this time, that this business is intended to compete internationally, okay? So that the standardization and certification starts from the beginning, rather than when you get to the point where you want to start exporting, you want to start reviewing your standards. Start from day one with the aim to compete in markets that are outside the market of Nigeria.
What are we planning to make sure that this program is not just a rhetoric?
How can platforms like Lavutra tap into NEXIM's support scale, empower SMEs?
What is the interest, the highest interest on that money, in which way will not affect the trade business owners?
What basket of funds do you have available for people who are in the trade already?
Is there any synergy being built around all these agencies of government that will ensure that people like our people seated here will maximally benefit?
Standard Organization of Nigeria, they are doing so much. Is there any set aside fund to help them in also assuring the quality control, so that anywhere you are in the world, when you hear Nigeria, you know that this is associated with quality?
So what are the opportunities that the bank has for these small guys?
I think most SMEs concern is mainly the loans getting rejected, as it has happened previously. What would you say should be the requirements that should be ticked off besides documentation?
Our hope and what we encourage is to get our exporters to look at the African market. Imagine you make plantain chips. You live in Badagry. Your closest market is actually Cotonou, which is across the border. Okay? What stops you from producing in a formal way your product and selling it in Benin Republic? It's still export. It's still the same thing as exporting to China.